Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Recently, I added a rear entertainment screen to the back of my Tesla Model Y. I really love it. My son really loves it. It's performed great for us. I got an opportunity to review an even updated and upgraded screen in the back of my Tesla Model Y that still has a lot of the same functionality, but adds a lot more features as well. Let's get into it. So I'm really excited to get this upgraded screen installed and see all of its features. My understanding is this screen is modeled directly from the Model 3 Highland screen. It's going to have a lot of the same form and function, and we're bringing it into the Model Y that don't have that screen yet. So let's get directly into the unboxing. This screen is from Tesstudio. I partnered with them on a few other accessories. I really like their support, and I appreciate them sending this over to me. So opening up right away, you get a user manual, and I love that. This was not included with the other screen. It talks about some of the descriptions, how to connect Bluetooth, how to connect Bluetooth headphones, turn on Wi-Fi, all that kind of stuff. I love that opportunity. Brochure from Tesstudio with some accessories here, and then kind of a warranty and support QR code that you can scan if you need some help installing this. So I love that. Love that right off the bat. Just like the other screen, you get a wiring harness. Looks like you're also going to get that little resistor cap to cap one of those wires in there. I'll show you where that goes. A trim tool, very nice, very handy all the time. Now let's pull this out. You can do it carefully. Take a look at this new screen. Packaged really nicely with specific foam cutouts, always a bonus. And let's see what we're working with here. All right, that's kind of the newest upgraded rear entertainment screen that has a lot of the same controls as the other one, but with some upgraded features as well. Looks really sharp. I love the independent controls here. So each passenger in the rear can have their own independent controls, up, down, left, right. So that's a really nice feature. Still two USB-C ports on the bottom. It looks really nice and clean. I love the all black look. No silver bezel on this one. So just a nice all clean black look all the way around. Looks really sharp. Let's head over to the car, and I'm going to walk you through step by step how to install this screen, and then we're going to spend a bunch of time in this video going over the features of it. So first things first, when working in our Tesla, especially when working with anything electronic, I like to turn the car off the best I can, turn all the power off. So if I go into my main menu here, go into the safety options, scroll all the way down, you'll see a power off icon. Click on that. Turns power off to the car. Turns off your HVAC and some of your other things. Some of the lights still stay on, but it really turns off power to the main components of the car, which is what we're looking to improve upon here. So with the car's power turned off, the first thing we need to do is remove our old air vent duct in the back here. So it's just held in by two clips up here on these corners underneath the thing. So if you give it kind of a firm tug, there you go. You can remove it from those clips in here. You can see where those clips were actually held in. And it's just held in by one kind of powering harness. This is where we're going to be using that resistor cap that I talked about in the unboxing to come and cap this wire, since we're not going to be using it anymore. So a quick push down on the little tab, and you pop off your whole assembly here. Really easy. And the next thing we need to do is remove this lower trim piece. And I'm going to move the camera down so we can see that. In the kit, let's move my light out of the way. In the kit, you included a trim tool. So what we're going to do is come down here and remove this trim piece, because this is where we're actually going to be plugging in the new screen. It's really only one plug and play wire. So after this, we should be, almost in business. So I have my trim tool. I'm going to take it down and pop it. Get some force down in here and just kind of twist it a little bit. You're going to get your finger in. You can easily pop off your rear trim cover here. This blue port is what we're going to be kind of tapping into. We have a jumper cable that's going to easily connect between those two. And then kind of feed that cable up underneath this trim piece right here so it comes out the top where we were just working. Let's go ahead and get that started. So I have the wire from our actual kit that we're going to install. Down here is the male and female jumping ports where we're actually going to splice into this blue cable that comes on the car here. But what I want to do first is feed the other end up through this trim panel here. So if you get your left hand and kind of go down inside here, there's some space. And right back here, there's a little bit of room where you can kind of wiggle up that first wire and just kind of get it and so that you can meet it with both hands, kind of feed it up and try to grab it with your left hand if you're feeding it up in there. And there's just a nice big gap there, so, you know, just pull it through gently. And there we go. You fed your wire through. You can also do this by removing this trim panel if you need to, but I find just feeding it up itself is plenty easy. All right, so I'm going to move the camera. We're going to get down and plug in this white cable into this blue extension. I'll show you how to unplug this one and plug in this new one. So the next step is really just to plug in our harness that came with the kit into the actual harness that's on the car. Very, very simple procedure. Just go ahead and push in on the little latch here on your blue wiring harness for the car. Unplug that. And then you're going to take your cable and just feed them into the ends that the male and the female ends. So I'm going to plug in the male end of the vehicle into the female end of my jumper cable here. Make sure I have it lined up the right way. It looks like this way. And same thing for the male end of the jumper cable, plugging it into the female end of the car. And just move the wires around until they're not pinched and it makes sense. Very kind of simple. Take some time here, line it up right, so when you put the actual cover back on, you're not pinching any wires. And pull out the excess wire. You don't need it, kind of get it out of the way here. And I think this should work just fine like that. So I'm going to bring the wire cover, or the actual trim panel, back over. And we're going to pop this back on here. Make sure I have it the right way. Had it the right way the first time, of course. And just go ahead and pop that back on. Moving back up to the top now, we have our little resistor cap that came with the kit. And you're going to be capping that wire that was originally attached to your original HVAC duct down here. So just simple, line it up, and place that cap wire on. You should hear a nice click when you get it installed. And you're not going to need that wire anymore. So just kind of tuck it back down in that gap where we fed this other wire up through. So after installing that resistor cap here, the new screen installation is extremely simple. You'll see that there are two ports here, and I'm trying to get them in the light here because it's kind of dark out. There's a seat control switch, which you'll only really need for older style Model Ys. And then there's the actual cable that plugs into the back of your new screen. Let's bring the new screen down so we can see. There's just a cord hanging off the new screen here. Let's join those two together and we should be in business. We'll have to figure out which way it goes, line it up. Sorry, the lighting's bad. And we should, yeah, we're in business. The new screen's turning on, so excellent. Feed these wires, go ahead and kind of just organize them a little bit, feed them back in there, make sure they're not going to get in the way when you go install the actual screen here. Make sure I have it facing the right way. Kind of run them down the side here so they're underneath. Line up your new screen, and it should just fit back in the original clips that you removed the old screen from. We'll kind of line it up. Let's see if we can do that here. There you go. Line it up and all four ports are locked up and you're essentially done with your installation. Super, super clean. One of the final steps and one of my favorite steps is removing the plastic film off the screen. Beautiful. All right, the next couple minutes of this video, we're really going to be going through the features of the new screen, everything that we want to take a look at and see how it all operates, see how it connects to the car. Well, we're going to connect up some Bluetooth headphones, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. All right, we have the rear screen installed. It's looking awesome. I love how it looks inside the car. I want to spend some time going through all of the different options and screen options you have on this new rear screen. So first off here, one of my favorite screens, the rear passenger HVAC controls. This is an awesome upgrade. You're no longer going to be having to control the rear passenger's heat and air conditioning from the front screen. You're not going to have to ask you as the driver, hey, can you turn that on for me? No, they can do it right here with the touch of a button. You can see the graphics change on the screen. So when there's an airflow coming out of these awesome vents down here, you can see that. They can control their fan speed with this slider right here, or how fast they want the air to come out. You can maintain that actual speed, kind of like dog mode if you want to. And I love it. I think this is one of the most useful features of this screen. I think people are going to love it. I'll turn that off so it doesn't interfere with my microphone. The next step over allows your rear passengers to control their actual heated seats. That's such an awesome upgrade. It should have been something that's stock on every single car, so they're not having to ask the driver, hey, can you turn on my heated seat? No, they can do it themselves. Just touch the seat they're in. That puts it on the 3 level, so the hottest level, a medium level, the lowest level, and then tap it again to turn it all the way off. The screen also allows your rear passengers to control this front passenger seat. I love that. As you push that back, you see how it slides back a little bit, and you can kind of hear it there. goes forward a little bit, and control the up and down of the actual back part of the seat too. They can't mess with the driver's seat, which is an awesome feature to include. You don't want people messing with the driver's seat while they're driving. So I love that that's not an option. And then you can also turn off all the seats at once with this all close button, all the heated seats. Coming over to the next screen is your apps, what's already preloaded on the device for you. You can go into some settings menus. So let's talk about those. This first setting is like the device's settings. You can change your language, the time, the format you want, what time zone you're in, different styles, how bright you want it, the temperature setting. I have mine set to Fahrenheit, and then some of the version info and everything. Going back into the settings menu, you can go into your Android settings, and this is where you'll set up your Wi-Fi, pair your Bluetooth headphones, pair this screen to the car if you want to listen to anything over there, talk about notifications, kind of all that good stuff. All the stuff that you'd see on a normal Android device would be in your Android settings there. This APK Pure icon is where you'll go and download Disney Plus. Some of those other apps that aren't available on the normal app store for devices like this, that's where you'll go for your APK Pure. You have a web browser and the Chrome function there. The actual Play Store comes preloaded with YouTube, which I've watched some YouTube videos and they work awesome just like you'd expect. You can control your Bluetooth menu, do a file explorer. If you have preloaded music and videos that you put into this screen, you upload them. This is where you'll see them. And then I went and downloaded Netflix because I wanted to watch some Netflix too and see how that worked. It worked flawlessly. Everything worked well there. Moving on to the next screen is the actual music control screen. Your rear passengers can become your personal DJ. They can control what music is playing throughout the car, which is so cool. They have the volume rocker down here, which controls the car's speaker volume. And then they can change songs, pause and play. I have it all muted now. I don't want any copyright strikes, but that's what that screen's for. The next screen over here turns off your screen, and it turns it all off. And give it a tap, it turns right back on. Super intuitive, super cool. I really like it. I think that's an awesome kind of suite of features. These two screens for the rear passenger HVAC controls, controlling their heated seats, is just absolutely perfect, controlling their temperature. I really like all of that. I want to quickly show you guys how easily I was able to load some of the additional apps in here. These are the additional apps we went through first. I was easily able to load Disney Plus. I got two versions of it, Hulu and Netflix. Netflix and YouTube are the ones that work the best right now. Disney Plus did give me an error for a little while, but I was able to get back into it perfectly. I want to show you guys that the device's speakers sound actually really good. So if we head over here, we're going to go into Netflix and see how that one works. Logging into Netflix, I've already synced up my account and I should be able to log in just fine. It should come up with some of my son's shows that he likes to watch, and we'll show you how well it sounds and how well it looks. Let's see, let's watch Transformers. You see how snappy it is? If we hit resume down here, it comes into full screen. And right now, that's the sound coming out of the device's speakers. They're really high quality. They're really nice. I'm going to pause it so you guys can hear me. It's so easy to start up Netflix, start up YouTube, get a high quality streaming coming out of it. It's a really awesome feature to have. Again, it's easy to pair up Bluetooth headphones to this. I was able to pair up my son's Bluetooth headphones, watch this just fine. It turns on the Bluetooth connection as soon as you turn on the Bluetooth headphones. Piece of cake. Well, I think that about wraps up this rear screen review. I really like this upgraded screen. It's super snappy. I love the design, the all black look, and the ability to get some of your favorite apps is underrated. You know, some of the Disney Plus and the YouTube and the Netflix for your rear passengers is an awesome feature. I love that the rear passengers can also control their own air conditioning and heat, especially their heated seats. Not having to ask the front driver to do that for them is awesome. I think we're going to get a ton of use out of this rear screen. Again, this is the second one I've reviewed, and I really like this one. I think it's an upgrade, definitely in features and ability. I think you guys will like it too. Last but not least, I want to give a big shout out to Tesstudio. I want to thank them for sending this screen over to me for a review. They're having a huge sale right now on their website, a Black Friday sale, 35% off any item you want. Use my discount code in the description and right here on the screen, GAMBLE1080, to get access to those savings. Again, that's 35% off any item on their site when you use my discount code, GAMBLE1080. Tell them I sent you. If you actually do use my code, I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a ton to allow me to bring you guys reviews like this. It also lets the companies know that, hey, people like watching my videos. So again, I really appreciate it. Feel free to like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a really big giveaway here soon. So make sure you're subscribed to catch all the details about that. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for coming back. Have a great day.